Hi guys, I don't know really how to begin or where to begin with this opinion video. It is going to be mostly on the negative side because I'm going to talk about the upcoming changes to my favorite game, Star Wars The Old Republic, with the January 24th upcoming patch 5.1. 2 days ago, BioWare hosted the last for 2016 producer livestream, and it was entitled the Holiday Producer Livestream. They left us a bunch of interesting information to discuss and be scared from during the holiday. Originally, I decided to do that video on Sunday afternoon, but then Sunday morning is my second viewing at the IMAX cinema for Star Wars, the new Star Wars movie Rogue One. And then I know that this video that you are watching right now is going to be negative, so I decided to sit down right now, closing to midnight on Saturday evening, and share a few thoughts about what's coming. First, a few words. If you don't know what the changes are going to be, BioWare is perfectly aware that there needs to be a way for us players to work towards a specific slot of gear, just like it was in the past before the command crates introduction. And there has to be a bonus for gearing alts. The first part is already going to be addressed in 5.1. The second part about gearing alts is a little bit shady at the moment, but we'll talk about that soon again. They gave us two examples, PvE example and PvP example, with some cool diagrams, and believe me, if you're hearing these things for the first time, they might sound a little bit confusing. I don't know if that's their intention, but every time there is an expansion, BioWare wants to make things simple by removing a bunch of commendations and other kinds of player rewards, simplifying things. Then something goes wrong, or maybe if it doesn't go wrong, they make it wrong. And this is the exact case right now. They made a terrible decision to bring back RNG into the game. And this is not just RNG with abilities or procs with our classes or something. BioWare brought back the RNG gearing, something that I'm told is extremely typical and popular for the Asian MMO market. I admit I've never played any of the typical Asian MMO games. So if that's not true, I do apologize about the fans of that market. However, the new structure for gearing up is going to be even more complicated than what it already was with 5.0. A little bit less RNG, but it's still there. The positive side, the RNG will still allow the most casual kind of player to still have a shot after a long grind and a ton of luck to still get the exact same gear that the dedicated hardcore, not that there are too many hardcore players left in our community, but the hardcore player is going to have a better and quicker and easier chance to obtain gear, because special items are going to start dropping from operation bosses. The final operation boss from each one of the currently existing and now very old operations in the game is going to drop a specific and different, unique tier set piece armor. Woohoo! A little tiny piece of the old gearing system is returning back to the game. Unfortunately, it has been combined in the most horrible way with the RNG crates, and now you need both of them. If you do operations, you will have better luck, better chance, and probably to some extent easier time gearing up. However, the RNG is still present, and that's why we need those diagrams. Again, I'm not making this video to explain, because I think I did a fairly good job with the post you're watching here in the background. It is my overview, or notes, if you will, for the holiday producer live stream from the other day. They did a good job explaining how the new system is going to work, and more on that will probably be added and polished with the release of the patch. Now, for those of you who don't know, this patch is going to be released on 24th of January next year. Everybody is going on holiday, and the good news is that all of these things here announced in regards to the gearing changes are going to happen retroactively. So if you're already farming your gear and climbing through the ranks the command ranks, the lactic command ranks, don't stop doing that, because you will still be rewarded the same things when the patch goes live. Don't waste your time. Unfortunately, I've decided, well, I don't know if it's unfortunately or fortunately, depending on the point of view, I decided not to do the gearing up process in 5.0 because it's not the kind of system that I would like to endure. And I'm looking for other ways to enjoy my favorite game rather than farming RNG stuff. At least, the good piece, the good news is that endgame is really going to be more rewarding, just like they promised. Those first weeks after the launch of 5.0 were a disaster in regards to Bioware's promise. The harder and the stronger content you defeat, the better rewards you're going to receive. No, actually, some of the easiest things after the launch of 5.0 were the best rewarding ones. If you go back to patch 5.0, or was it 5.0a? Doesn't really matter the number of the patch, but Bioware quickly lowered with 90% the command experience reward for killing gold mobs, because people were climbing through the ranks and even breaking and reaching the level, the weekly cap for command rank, which was supposed to be impossible through normal gameplay. But when you find a decent spot on one of the older planets available in the game and you farm like crazy those gold mobs with the level sync on your character, things go insanely fast. And that is it. In the end, in case you didn't grasp it, my personal opinion, Bioware is making things unnecessarily complicated. It's not easy to explain this with a simple tutorial, the one that I personally expect to appear when 5.1 launches. I don't think this system has a good future. Maybe they can keep adapting it and make it more friendly with less and less RNG, but the best solution really is, and I don't think I'm going to surprise anybody, RNG has to go. RNG is not a friend of the player. We have more than enough RNG when it comes to opening the standard cartel market packs, and we've had an abundance and overload of cartel market items in 2016. I actually really hope that Bioware slows down with the release cycle of these cartel packs, but rather bring us quality items and don't make those quality items worth millions and billions of credits. This is ruining the economy. Someone actually said that, or I read it somewhere a few days ago. For the love of God, I can't really remember who said that. I think it was one of the comments on the article from Massively OP, where they nominated and declared Star Wars The Old Republic the worst possible marketing model or sales model for an MMO in 2016. If I remember, I will link the article down below in the comments, because it's a really good one, and pretty much the whole team from Massively OP shared their personal opinions, and they are very valid ones as well. But that's it. Do you agree with me? Do you think there is a better solution? Do you think Bioware should keep adding new and more complicated things? They actually removed pretty much all of the commendations, different kinds of and types of commendations, and transferred them back to credits with the release of 5.0. Now, with 5.1, we get a new kind of trading tokens, with new vendors arriving to the fleet to accommodate for all of the changes coming with the expansion in regards to these command tokens, unassembled gear pieces, and all of these things combined with a little bit of luck and a ton of farming to result in a tier gear armor piece that actually we need. Wrapping up the video and waiting eagerly for your opinions and your comments. Do you like the system? I don't expect many of you would say, yes, I do. What do you not like about the system? Do you think the change coming with 5.1 is good, or do you support me in my dreams and roots and demands? Demands is silly, I'm just a player. For the old gearing system to come back. That is going to be a hit to the most casual players, because again, they will have very tough time obtaining the endgame gear. But then again, that's why it's called endgame gear. Not everybody is supposed to have it through doing snowflakes and snowballs fighting. Who decided that throwing a snowball should have a chance to reward you with, what was it, 20 command points? Dumbest idea ever. Never mind. That was me rambling for 10 or so minutes. Thank you guys for enjoying this video. I hope you had enjoyed it. Please remember to show the appreciation with the like button. If you didn't like my opinion, well, share yours. Let me know why yours is different or better. See you next time. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Click the like button and help me out. Visit my website vulkk.com for daily videos and news. To help me improve and expand, consider becoming my patron with a small monthly pledge. And stay in touch by following me on Facebook and Twitter.